Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the show. This is Daily Factor. Sorry it's 27 minutes late. My bad. All right, I was just looking at this chart of Bitcoin. It's holding this trend line perfectly. Of course, it doesn't have anything to do with the trend line, but it just happened. I think I drew it the other day. Uh, but anyway, yeah, it's definitely good as long as it holds that. I mean, in the short term anyway. Come on, I'm ready to see a new high, at least a new local high. We need to take out, we need to get like 95 or something. That's what I like to see. All right, let's look at let's look at S&P futures. Heck yeah. Looks pretty dang good to me. Looks pretty darn good. Let's look at NASDAQ futures. Heck yeah. I mean, just chop it in the broader scheme of things. I mean, it's not really going anywhere, but at least it legged up. I mean, it's just pausing. Hopefully it has another leg up in it or two or three. But in any event, all right, well, that looks pretty good. Um, let's see how the Divas finished up today. I mean, I guess that's all right, blocks. Okay, yield looks pretty good. Excuse me. Let's look at ULTI. I guess we could look at the Diva spreadsheet. This one pulled back, but I bet it was dividend day, and it was. So what did they pay? They paid 27 cents, same as last time, same as the time before, same as the time before, same as the, oh no, the time before was more, but it was like for a week. It was like for 2 weeks. It was for like a week and a half. I remember that's when they first got started. Well, and this one's looking decent as well. All right, let's look over here at let's look over here at the daily factor. All right, that's why we're here today. It's closed in fund Thursday, so we'll just start with the highest yielders. I should just have FinViz open because I'm going to have to go there a lot. All right, ESK is the first one. What the heck is this one? Oh, okay, well, this one isn't a. Anyway, I put all the ones that I didn't recognize the name for. This is actually a staking one. All right, interesting. Well, my bad on that. There's probably going to be a couple of other ones that got on there. SWZ is for sure a closed-end fund, right? SWZ, yeah, it's the Total Return Securities Fund, of course. Of course, look at that. You want to talk about flat NAV? Its NAV is gone. I mean, basically nowhere. Up a little bit, down a little bit, but basically nowhere in the past, year. Let's put it on a longer time frame. I mean, that's, it's gone down, gone up, but basically gone nowhere. So yeah, it's a real safe looking closed end fund. We'll see how it does. OFS Credit Company. I mean, come on. What's going on with this thing? We need to drop this one out of the max factor for poor performance. I mean, it does have a big yield though. All right. Well, this one may not be SOLM. That one may be, yeah, this one's not a closed-end fund. This is just a ticker I didn't recognize. This is their Solano fund, the Amplify 3%. It had just started. It's too young to even be the max factor. My bad. All right, ECC is for sure. The ECC is some kind of credit something. Eagle Point. See, I'm getting good at these. Look at that. Now it does pay 29% yield. So, I mean, but in any event, all right, that's a little Eagle Point. CCIF is another one. CCIF, is that a closed-end fund? Yeah, it's the Carlyle, of course. Of course. This one's NAV is under pressure. Pays about 26%, though. NAV's going down and to the right in a hurry. All right. Well, that's the Carlyle. Now, this one's good. GGT, the Guggenheim Trust or something. Oh, no, the Gabelli. I'm sorry. The Guggenheim's coming up. That's GOF, I think. Gabelli is GGT. Okay. Well, this one has a really good yield, 23%, but the NAV's going down and to the right, unfortunately, for the most part. For the most part. EHY. This could be one that I just misidentified. Yeah. This is a covered call one that I just didn't recognize. This is another Amplify. They're just coming out with too darn many of these. I can't hardly keep up. All right. My bad on that one. Forget about EHY. BPI is for sure closed-end fund. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. No, once again, it's not. I always forget to throw this one in on Bitcoin night. Okay, in any event, though, does this pay weekly or monthly? What is this thing? Pays 16%? Well, anyway, not a closed-end fund again, so my bad on that. BCAT and ECAT and CLM and SRB, these are all closed-end funds. So the rest of them are all guaranteed closed-end funds, I think. YYY may be an ETF of closed-end funds. But anyway, okay, so let's look at the rest of these. BCAT and ECAT. All right, this is BlackRock. Capital allocation, term trust, somewhat stable, pays 23%. Let's look at ECAT. The BlackRock ESG capital. Okay, so CLM. Let's look at this one. Cornerstone Strategic Investment Fund. You want to talk about steady. Look at that. That's just super steady. Paying 17%. This doesn't even, of course, factor in the rights offerings, which means sometimes your actual return may be better. Yeah, this is tough to beat. This one is. This one is tough to beat. All right, well, Then we have old SRV and FACTS. Let's look at SRV. All right. Energy, Midstream Energy Fund. Looks fairly stable, 13.5% trailing 12-month yield. Let's look at FAX. This is some kind of Asia Pacific income fund. Okay. That looks pretty stable. I mean, look, that price has gone straight nowhere. Paid about 13%. That one kind of looks interesting. Oh, SRV is going through a rights offering. Well, and of course, the max factor doesn't know it. It's just looking at the return and stuff. Anyway, we have a few more to get through. So we have RIB, FCCO. Well, okay, so let's look at RIB. I put some in here that don't belong in here. That's my bad. All right. River North Opportunities Fund. Now, this one, you want to talk about stable. I mean, the NAV's gone pretty much nowhere, paying about nearly 13%. What was the next one? It was FSCO. Yeah, FS Credit Opportunities Corp. I mean, paid about a 12% yield. Price has gone, nowhere fast. All right, so let's look at, of course, YYY and ASGI. I mean, ASGI is a monster. YYY is an ETF, but it's an ETF of closed-end funds, I think. So, and that now is going straight nowhere, which is all right on an income fund, if you can get super stable. But anyway, whatever, teach his own. That's not a bad-looking one. YYY. Let's go back over here. And then ASGI, this one usually wins. This one has been winning because I think it's combining NAV return and yield. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you want. Aberdeen Global Infrastructure Fund. I don't think if we ever just clicked into the website over here. I know I've done that on other funds. I'm just going to look at it real quick. I really don't see. So what is this? They have six. They manage almost 700 million. And they don't have to tell you their holdings and stuff. It's a different deal on these closed-end funds. Anyway, all right, well. All right, then after that one we have MDST. Yeah, this one right here is another energy one from Westwood, and we have another Westwood ETF in here, so not a closed-end fund. Sorry, again, my bad. But it's another type of opportunity for income opportunity that is probably fair to compare with these. So I guess it's all right. All right, so we have that one. We have ADX, and let's check ADX. Oh yeah, okay. This one's super old. It's been around since the 40s or something. I've gone down the rabbit hole on this one before. Yeah, this is. I mean, the NAV's going up and to the right, paying an 8% yield. All right. This one right here is a senior loan, not a closed-end fund. It's an ETF, but I thought we'd throw it in. Pays about a 7.7% yield, and the NAV goes pretty much straight sideways unless the market really sells off. All right. And we have one or two more. TDVI that's not a closed-end fund. All right. So we have UTG and XRPM. I think UTG is for sure. Yeah. Closed-end fund. Yeah, right here. Reeves Utility Income Fund. I mean, the NAV goes up and to the right for the most part. Only pays about 6.2, but oh well. All right. And then XRPM. There was some in there that shouldn't have been in there. My bad. This one's like too new to really tell that much about. Doesn't look like it's paid a dividend yet. What Amplify? Oh, this one doesn't belong to be in there. Shouldn't be in there. All right. Well, hopefully there's some stuff in there that you guys like. All right. So I'm just going to sort it by the most stable out of all of those. And it's the senior loan, SRLN, but then YYY is also super stable. SWZ, FAX, RIV, BCAT, ASGI, lots of good stable ones. But when you rank it by short-term max factor, ASGI wins. It wins every time. Look at this. I mean, it's NAV's up 6%, 1 year total return of nearly 35%, with a yield of about 11. I mean, that one's just tough to beat. It's the full thing right here. You can get higher yields on these other ones, but the NAV doesn't look like the NAV's doing as well. So, it just depends on what you're looking for. All right, guys. Well, I hope you like that show. Hey, Bon, what's up? We got BR in the house. Nate bought some blocks in KYield. Thanks for being here, Nate. Question about KYield. I think it's going to do as well as the other curve funds. So I don't know. I mean, like as good as well as KQQQ. And I really haven't studied it enough to say, but I mean, same management. So I mean, I think it's the same two guys. It's Howard and his trader Dom. I think that do all that stuff. So anyway, Howard's going to be on the show tomorrow. I'm trying to think what time he comes on, but anyway, we can ask him that. You guys be here. We'll ask him that. He's going to be at my Christmas party, I believe. I believe his office said they would, or yeah, I sent him an invite. Yeah, SRB is going through a rights offering right now. All right, TYG is similar to SRB, has done well also. Yeah, good point, Charles. CDX on your unused cash ETF stash. All right, good. I caught up with everything. All right, so what's going on with I mean, it looks like the market's bouncing. It just needs to stay bounced. I mean, that's a lot better look than a few weeks ago. So no complaining here. No complaining at all here. All right. I wonder where the diversified divas are. Okay. So, yeah, I think this is based on today's results. Is this right? Yeah. I mean, it was, yeah, this is right. Anyway. All right. Yeah, well, I can do that. Hang on a second. Hang on a second, VR. Heck yeah. Yeah, that's I need to put GGN on there. It's a good look for both of them, but yeah. What are you saying, Charles? You think the market's going to sell off next week based on your charting? Q's hitting 600 is going to scare many out of the high yield funds again. Start a panic. Yeah. Well, that could get ugly. That could get ugly. We have Eric in the house. Hey, Eric, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. All right. Well, I'm out of stuff to talk about. Let's meet back here tomorrow in the morning. I'm gonna have a busy day tomorrow, but anyway, I'll be here tomorrow at like 9 o'clock. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all for being here, and we'll do tomorrow night. We'll do another daily factor. I forget what we do on Friday, but I knew you guys like closed-end funds. So, all right, guys. Well, I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for being here, and I will see you tomorrow.